Hello friends, this is Ramkumar Gupta. Today we are going to start training on NISM Series 17 Retirement Advisor Certification Examination. This is Ramkumar Gupta and this module is very important. Why it is important? Because ultimately all of us are going to retire someday. So we have to plan accordingly. So this module will help us in preparing for retirement. I'll start with this quote always: he who asks a question may be a fool for 5 minutes, but he who never asks a question remains a fool forever. So the choice is all yours. So keep asking questions to yourself, to your teachers, on the net, everywhere, so that you will understand whatever is being taught in the class or in the PPT. Acknowledgement. This is study material, that is the video and PPT, whatever is shared with you, is created on the basis of the material provided by NISM only. On successful completion of this examination, the candidate should know about most of the things related to retirement. We will cover each of these one by one. About the certification examination for retirement advisor, this is series 17, and retirement advisor who wants to be register himself or herself as a retirement advisor under the guidelines or regulations 2016 of PFRDA has to clear this examination. It is mandatory. So this PPT is specifically based to clear the examination. I myself have appeared for the same examination, and I can assure you, if you go through all the module, everything, it's very easy to clear the examination. This examination consists of 100 questions of 1 mark each. There is a negative marking of 25% and the passing percentage is 60%. So always remember, go with the accuracy level. If there is any doubt in any question, leave it. Your focus should be to clear the examination. Knowledge is a lifelong process. You can keep on learning anytime. Question paper design, weightage is not disclosed. You may get some question from each and every chapter. So always go through the sample questions given at the end of each chapter. You will get many of the questions from these sample questions. The time allotted is 2 hours. Most of the people do it in 1 hour. Answers can be chosen with the click of the mouse. Result is known as soon as the paper is submitted. Certificate will be given to only those who have submitted their PAN number. And in the coming future, Aadhaar is also going to be mandatorily required. Some tips for the exam. It is not a great idea to read the paper fully. Attempt questions as you see them. Mark and keep aside questions for which you are not sure of the answers. Revert only to those answers again. Do not revise, I repeat, do not revise or redo the questions that have been already attempted. Chances are you may change the correct answer with negative or wrong answer. So don't do it, because the first time that answer you have chosen, chances are it is going to be correct. And if there is a doubt, leave the question at that time and revert back later on. Remember, there is a negative marking of 25%. NISM, everything is written over there. You can go through it. Disclaimer is there. We are not responsible for anything. This is for education purpose only. Acknowledgement, again, all this material is created on the basis of study material provided by NISM itself. Chapter 1, Fundamental Concepts in Retirement Planning. So in this chapter, we are going to learn need for retirement planning, basic financial concepts associated with retirement, features of retirement goal, advantages and importance of starting early on retirement savings, risk of underestimating retirement goals, emotional aspects of retirement. So we will see to them one by one. Start with need for retirement planning. Why retirement planning is required? What is the need? Retirement planning is required as the income that is available in retirement stage primarily depends on the corpus that has been created out of the income earned in the working years. It means whatever we are earning, ultimately we are investing and spending. So if we invest after spending, most of the time we see nothing is left. So it's always important to invest early so that in the future years, in simple words we call retirement years, we will not be working. Still the expenses are there. So we have to provide for them. So for that reason we have to save in the working years so that our retirement will be safe and secure. So in retirement stage, we have abundance of time to pursue all hobbies and dreams, but no regular income from employment because we are retired. Even though the living and leisure expenses will still have to be met. So we have to provide for them while we are working. The need for an independent retirement income has evolved with changes in social structure. Earlier there were joint families, so we will be taken care of by our children, but nowadays we have shifted towards nuclear families where both the parents are working. So we have to be self-reliant, we have to depend on ourselves. By ourselves I mean on our own earnings. So the expenses after retirement, even though there is a reduction in employment related expenses, but still there will be so many expenses like health, leisure, because we are free, so we need to do something productive, creative, or travel. So all these needs money. So at the time of retirement we need to provide for all these things. That's the only reason we should plan today while we are working. Corpus and income required in retirement depends upon the expected expenses in retirement. Why? Because until unless we know how much we require, how can we start saving? Maybe we try to save too much so that we will not survive till retirement, or we save too less and we live too long in retirement without money. So it will be a very problematic situation, because health is very important. Some circumstances are beyond the control of the individual. We don't know how many years we will survive in retirement, maybe 20 or 30 years, how much healthy we will be. So at least we will be wealthy. So to become wealthy, we need to start saving today. So workable retirement plan helps create the retirement corpus efficiently after considering all the factors, and that is why it is very important in any financial planning or holistic financial plan. On retirement, this corpus, the lump sum amount that we create out of the current earnings by saving and investing them, will help us to generate income. Out of that income we will be able to cater to our expenses in retirement. Transition from DB to DC. Retirement corpus has to be built over the working life of the individual from his earnings by setting aside a portion of the earned income and investing it. So in some cases, employer may also make a contribution to the corpus, central and state governments to their employees NPS account. In most cases, the corpus is built out of the savings of the individual. Those employees which are covered under EPF, Employee Provident Fund, it is mandatory for them to contribute a minimum specified a percentage. For persons in the unorganized sector, may not be covered under a mandatory retirement provision. Still, retirement is important, so it will become a voluntary exercise for them. They are not forced, but they should choose. Retirement benefit schemes are broadly categorized as DB and DC. DB is defined benefit and DC is defined contribution. So we are transiting from DB to DC. Employers provide DB retirement plans earlier, where the pension amount or value of retirement benefit is known beforehand, because you have to work for certain number of years When you retire, at the time of retirement, what will be your terminal salary? A certain percentage of that will be paid to you throughout your lifetime. That was called defined benefit. It means the benefits are predefined. A contribution is made by the employee, employer, or both to generate returns so that the corpus will be created. The biggest risk a defined benefit plan runs is that it could become underfunded because the interest rate has come down over a period of time, or unable to make the defined payments, because if the interest is not there, still the company or the employer will have to provide defined benefits. So it will be very difficult for them to sustain these schemes. So that also the change in the employees is also a very important factor, because employees are not willing to contribute certain amount out of their income for defined benefit or defined retirement plans. Now they are forced, because ultimately whatever the pension they will receive after retirement will depends on the contribution they make while working. So now it's their conscious choice how much they will be able to save. That will be helped to create a corpus, and from this corpus they will survive. So how big the corpus is depending upon the investment capacity or willingness of the employee. So how much employee wants to contribute for his or her retirement, that will help him or her to create a huge corpus. So employees see defined benefit as risky too, because companies are failing. If the company is no more, then defined benefit will not be provided. So given these circumstances, retirement schemes have been moving to the DC plan. From 1st January 2004, any person who joins the government service will not be getting any defined pension. They will be getting a defined contribution based pension. How much contribution they have made, a matching contribution or up to a certain percentage is made by the government or the employer, and whatever is growing, and at that time of retirement, whatever is the amount of corpus, a certain percentage you can commute, and the remaining rest will be used to buy a pension for your life. So new pension products mostly are DC plans, which are more flexible. You can easily shift them from one employer to another employer, even though the pension amount is not beforehand known, because in defined benefit you know how much you will be getting, but in defined contribution, whatever the corpus you create will help you in getting a pension. So final corpus determines the retirement benefit. So lump sum you may take, or an annuity from the funds by buying a pension. Since the pension depends upon the returns made on the investment, the contributing individual usually gets some say in the way the amount is invested. They may choose whether a certain percentage goes towards equity, certain percentage in debt. Earlier there was no choice they have, but now they can choose where their investments will be invested. So there is a transparency in the way the corpus is growing, and allow for course correction. If you feel that by investing mostly in debt you will not be able to create a huge corpus, you may shift it to equity at different stages in your accumulation phase or stage. DC schemes are simpler to move from one employer to another. They are portable. NPS applicable for central government employees who joined service on or after 1st January 2004, and it is a defined contribution plan. In DC model, the risk of inadequacy moves from employer to employee. The individual assumes both the longevity risk and the investment risk of uncertain returns. So these risks can be managed by doing a periodic portfolio review of the corpus required to reflect changes and making appropriate changes as and when required. Need to apportion current income between current and future expenses. Individuals have to apportion their available income to meeting current expenses and to saving for their goals, including retirement. A financial plan will help identify the goals and quantify the amount required to meet the goals so savings can be apportioned. Because until and unless you know what goal you are striving for, how you know how much you are going to save, how much required. So this will help you. Once you have to define your goal, then you can apportion your income so that it will grow into the required corpus to meet your goal. In the initial working years, it is important to prioritize goal because your income may be low, so savings also low. So discipline is required to develop the habit to save, invest and build the corpus for future. Importance of budgeting. Now the most important concept comes, that is budgeting. Savings in the initial working years is just about enough to meet expenses. So over time, as expenses stabilize, savings increase because income is also increasing. Expenses will not be increasing in the same proportion. Leaving savings for later in life when income will be high may lead to many goals being underfunded. So it is important to start early so that the risk of funds being inadequate in future is reduced, so that your goals will be easily achieved. You have to start early.